Hi there, I'm Scott Lowe with Actual Tech Media. I'm here today at SIOS headquarters with Jerry Melnick, who is the president and CEO of the company. Jerry, thank you for having us here today.
Thanks for being here.
So tell us about SIOS. Tell us about SIOS IQ and how it's changing the world.
SIOS IQ certainly is about to change the world as we get forward. SIOS IQ is a machine learning-based analytics tool for IT operations, a completely new approach to how you look at information in the IT world to really help deliver the application services that people are so dependent upon.
You know, one of the things that we see in the world of what we would consider monitoring is that they're very silo-based. We're looking at very discrete data points, and then we're having to humanly extrapolate that to something else and hope that we can find the patterns to help us solve our problems. How is SIOS different, SIOS IQ different, and how is it attacking the problem of helping IT pros do things more simply?
Yeah, and that's really the foundation. Machine learning that everybody talks about is really about having the intelligence to really do things simply. If you look at the siloed approach, it's been around for 20 years. We're looking at problems, one at a time, every domain, whether it's network, storage, etc. And then when an issue comes in, or we want to think about what to do about the future, we assemble teams, we assemble tools, we have deep expertise, and the human being has to do all these things with the skills that they have to be able to solve problems. By applying machine to those problems, you all of a sudden change the game very fundamentally because you have a scalable approach, one that can learn and get better over time and automate, and you can apply your human capabilities at a much higher level. So what SIOS IQ what it really does is it bulldozes those silos, looks at the data across all those silos, and be able to assemble what's really going on and deliver the end result to the IT guys, as opposed to having them scramble around the room and figure out what's going on.
One of the challenges with a lot of these discrete tools is I have something to monitor storage, I have something to monitor my network, I've got something to monitor my servers, I've got something to monitor my applications, but then something happens and I don't know where the problem is actually happening. So I'm getting an alert that my storage is slow, or applications tell me that storage is slow. And it's probably not storage, it's probably the network or something like that. How is SIOS helping me fix that problem of these point solutions?
Right, I mean the point solutions are delivering an alert about a metric in a very, very focused and sort of limited way. So you have rules that they've built into that alert, assuming that CPU, for instance, has gone over 50%, that's a bad thing. It may or may not be a bad thing, maybe just normal behavior. And so we're chasing in a lot of cases we're chasing stuff that makes no sense, and in other cases we have to figure out what of all those alerts mean anything and how they're related. With a machine learning technology and how SIOS IQ works is we're looking at the data across all of those and looking at patterns of behavior in a very meaningful way, so holistically, so we can kind of put the picture together for IT and say, hey, here's an abnormal behavior that involves CPU network storage around a very specific set of objects, and we can get very precise, at the same time deliver only those things that are important that you need to know.
And it's what's important to me, because this organization might all have identical IT infrastructure, but they operate very differently. And so it sounds like with your machine learning technology, you can understand the nuances of a company A, B, and C, and you're not just looking at a predefined set of rules. You're basically saying, how are you operating? And then how is that different than, that's your baseline.
That's right. I mean, instead of predefined rules made somewhat by best practices or whatnot, you're learning that environment and its patterns of behavior over time, and then you're calling out only those things that are deviant from that. And then then even more importantly is once you understand something that's anomalous in terms of a pattern of behavior, you're also able to pull out what's the cause of it. You can use that types of analytical capability to say, hey, it really is this virtual machine causing a problem to this storage device, which is also impacting these other things. So you can unwind this very complex network of things happening by using that type of statistical techniques.
And the other thing is, once you have all of this data about how the environment operates, we look at a lot of the tools and they're very reactive. What are you doing with the data to help me predict what's going to happen on Saturday night when the backup kicks in, or something like that?
That's exactly right. Today you're reacting. You don't really have the tools to be able to look forward and see what will happen. By a machine learning technology, you have a learning set of information about what the behavior should be at any point in time, and you can overlay on that model and project out and say, hey, your CPU utilization's been going up, and now when backups run Saturday, you're going to be in big trouble.
Right.
And so you can model these things ahead of time, and instead of reacting, you can now plan.
And if I'm watching this video and I want to learn more about SIOS and maybe try it out, what can I do?
Well, actually, the product itself is extremely easy from every get-go. You can go to the website, you put your name in, you download a copy, in 15 minutes you're up and running, and we're learning behavior in your environment.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.